Mortgage Investors Group was founded in 1989 by Chrissy Ray and Chuck Tonkin.
Chuck and I worked together for several years, and during that time period, we both had a certain vision to begin our own company, to do all of the things that we saw that the companies that we worked for just really lacked.
We started the company in 1989. Chrissy and I worked together for some years.
We believed very strongly that a loan officer needed lots of support.
We decided that we could start a company as loan officers. We were loan officers, and we're still loan officers at heart today.
Since then, Mortgage Investors Group has quickly expanded, serving the state of Tennessee in 15 locations. Along the way, they've received many accolades and earned the attention of the industry. Mortgage Investors Group is the #1 overall independent lender in the state and has been the #1 THDA lender for 8 years running. They were the #1 independent FHA home lender in 2010 and also the #1 independent VA volume lender. Mortgage Investors Group has been voted the best mortgage company by City View magazine readers and is also cited by Mortgage Technology as a top tech-savvy lender. Even with all of their growth and success, they're still committed to maintaining a small company feel with a warm family atmosphere.
We are the right size. Not too small, not too big.
We're big enough to have access to all the tools and the products that are out there. We're small enough to communicate.
It's really nice to have that small family atmosphere when you're coming to work on a day-to-day basis, but still working for a company big enough where you can be the strongest in the market.
We've got the mass to get it done, but not so much mass that we get in your way.
We love the size that we've grown to because it does give us the ability to do many, many things. But with that, we kept to our promise that we wouldn't lose the feeling and the emotions that you have with a small hometown company.
We do have a family atmosphere here. Every company says they do, but we really do.
We feel very close to each other. I think when there's personal problems that happen, we come together as a company and help people out.
We know each other so well, just day in and day out, personally and professionally, and you can't replace that.
We feel like when we come to work, we know one another, we've developed relationships with one another. We feel like we have become family with them.
The friendships that I've gotten from MIG are some of the best friends I've had for life.
This family atmosphere facilitates open lines of communication within the company.
If I need to go see the presidents of the company, I can get on the elevator and be there in 5 minutes, and they're always willing to help me.
I know that if I have a question that I need to have resolved, I can pick up the phone and I can call somebody with decision-making authority who can tell me with absolute certainty how I can handle it. And I know when I hang up the phone that I can give the answer to my client or to the realtor and know that that's the way it's going to happen.
You can walk down and talk to Chrissy, and you can talk to Chuck.
Chrissy and I get a call once or twice a week from somebody who says, "Hey, I need your help." And we don't spend a lot of time on it. It's, well, what do you need? And we just do it, and we close the loan.
There are many reasons why Mortgage Investors Group stands out from their competition, but their core value of always doing the right thing has been a key to their success.
Doing the right thing is absolutely our mantra since November of 1989.
Doing the right thing is taking care of the customer first. That's what it is. You have to do the right thing because the customer is what drives your business.
We believe that doing the right thing is certainly making promises to the borrower, but absolutely 100% of the time keeping those promises.
If a loan officer makes a promise, our job is to help them keep that promise.
We've really given our loan officers the flexibility and the freedom to go out there and make some promises that other companies just absolutely cannot make.
It's so intrinsic to who we are as a company. It's intrinsic to who I am as a loan officer to have that confidence to be able to tell my clients we'll get it done.
Our belief was always, if you do the right thing for a customer, life's going to be good for your company, and it has been.
A part of doing the right thing for their customers is fulfilling their promises with closing dates.
We will do everything to make sure that the closing date is always met.
We probably close our average loan in 30 days, which is opposed to the industry's 45-day or 60-day average. But we still close lots of loans in less time than that.
Our operations staff know that if it needs to close on a particular day, it is going to close.
If I tell them we're going to get this done in 3 weeks, we can get it done in 3 weeks, and my company will help me do that.
And we do it because somebody promised that loan. and the customer needed it.
Another reason making Mortgage Investors Group unique is their sole focus on residential home loans.
MIG has a singular focus in what we do every day. And it's all anybody in the company really focuses on is how do we do that one thing better.
It's important to realize that we are expert in the industry because all we do are home mortgages, where our competition is doing many different things, whether it's a car loan, whether it's a personal loan. They're spread thin.
I think it's very important to focus on one product, and that is mortgages.
If you've got major heart problems, are you going to go to a family practice doctor? No, you're going to go to a cardiologist. And we're pretty much the cardiologist of the lending world in terms of mortgages.
Aggressive pricing has also given Mortgage Investors Group a competitive edge.
Our philosophy on pricing is to strike the right balance between competitiveness and profitability.
We've always had the best price. And one of the things that I've always heard other loan officers said is, how come you always seem to be lower than everybody else?
I sincerely can't remember the last time I lost a loan for pricing.
Our pricing will be adjusted. If it's found out that we are not as competitive at that time, then they'll make the adjustments.
We move with the market. If it goes down, we move quickly. If it goes up, we move quickly. We keep our guys competitive in the market every day.
All of these factors, combined with a highly qualified staff and outstanding customer service, have been the secret to their success.
We believe that one of the greatest reasons for our success is that we were able to attract very experienced and professional loan officers that really shared our same vision.
The reason for Mortgage Investors Group's success for over the years really is two things. It's taking care of the customer and taking care of their employees.
Mortgage Investors Group is the most successful lending company that I know of because we care about our customers and we fulfill our promises.
You hire the best people, you have the best products, and really ultimately, you honor the commitments that you make.
With this success, the mortgage industry, real estate professionals, and customers alike have noticed the difference.
Our reputation has been paramount in building this company.
I think the reputation goes back to delivering on promises. And we have so consistently delivered on our promises for many, many years that it has given us that sterling silver reputation.
The realtor base in this area, they know Mortgage Investors Group, and whenever they hear that their borrower is dealing with Mortgage Investors Group, it's just a sense of relief that the realtor can convey to that borrower.
Every time I'm talking to a customer or a real estate agent about my company, I can hear from them. They've heard great things about my company.
We are looked at as the best of the best. That's the reputation we have with other lenders, with the realtor community, with our clients, and that gives us that great word of mouth, invaluable referral business.
This business is always growing, but Mortgage Investors Group recognizes that their customers and community are the reason for the growth. So MIG has always made it a priority to give back.
One of the most important things that we do is give back to our community.
We've consistently been committed to community projects as long as I can remember.
Well, since day one, I can remember the multitude of charities that we have been involved in.
We've partnered with the Salvation Army every year.
We try to help the children's home every year around Christmas. We try to do toys for tots.
We've also partnered with Angel Tree.
We're highly involved with the United Way, and we take that very serious.
So part of a Mortgage Investors Group employment means that we encourage you and support you in your charitable endeavors.
I've been with MIG for 22 years.
I have been here for 17 years.
I've been with the company for 9 years.
I've been here 16 years, and there were numerous loan officers that are still here that were here for years before I got here.
And the company was started in 1989, and many of those original employees are still here. 9
of our branch managers have been with us for over 15 years. Our average loan officer has been here for 13 years. And what that means as a company is they know what they're doing. And it also means they love it here and they love what they do.
Mortgage Investors Group knows what it takes to retain the members of their team. One, they encourage professional growth within the company.
At Mortgage Investors Group, we believe that it is very important to promote our employees in other goals that they may have in this career.
One of them was running our closing and our post-closing department back then, and she's still here, but now she has a department of 30 people.
We have one of our top managers started out as a processor.
I did start as a loan processor and was hired aboard and processed here for about 5 years. And just realized that I wanted to do something different, that I was ready to take the next step. And I went upstairs to one of the presidents of the company.
And then she came in and she said, you know what, I want to be a loan officer.
He gave me the opportunity to do that and worked with me and said, okay, I think you deserve this chance. Did that for several years, and then I got to the point where I felt like, okay, I'm ready for the next step. And so I went back to Chuck and I said,
I want to be a branch manager. She's a branch manager now of our largest branch, actually.
One of the key elements of the success of this company is that we promote from within.
In addition to growth opportunities, Mortgage Investors Group offers one of the most competitive compensation plans in the business.
As all of you know, things have changed a lot for our industry, and it's changed particularly with compensation. And when this all started, we met and we decided we were going to raise the compensation.
We seem to have found that great balance in there, though, where we have very competitive rates and a very competitive compensation package. As a loan officer, that's exactly what you're looking for.
With Mortgage Investors, I know that Chuck and Chrissy really put their heads together, and they wanted to make sure that we were highly compensated for the work that we do.
We know we have to be competitive to retain long-term loan officers, and our loan officers have been here for a very long time. Our average tenure in the business is well above the national average.
I'd say our average loan officer right now is probably making 40 or 50% more than they made 6 months ago. And I don't know how you feel about that, but I see a lot of smiling people around here.
Complementing the compensation plan are support systems that help loan officers succeed. The first is on-site processing.
We believe in getting the staff as close to the ground as possible. I want processing right there.
An invaluable resource that we have here at Mortgage Investors Group is having our processors on the same team as the loan officers and the underwriters, all here together.
In-house processing at MIG sets us apart from everyone.
A lot of our competition are laying off closers or laying off processors and going to centralized locations. And we're not doing that. We've done just the opposite. We've actually hired more processors to be in each branch.
Having my processor on site is probably one of the biggest strengths that my team has.
The production staff is a team, and it's important that they're able to communicate face-to-face to provide the best service for the customer.
Having someone there face-to-face, you know that your processor, your assistant, is all on the same page.
It puts the processor closer to the customer. The closer more people can be to the customer, the better experience the customer's going to have.
We're not looking for the cheapest way to do a loan. We're looking for the best loan experience for our clients. And having that processing in-house right where we're at is what allows us to do that.
Loan officers also have access to the best database management systems in the business.
The company has a very dedicated process to staying in touch with customers long term.
Mortgage Investors Group shares the cost of some database management programs.
Your database, your customer base is available to you at all times, so loan officers are supported in staying in touch with their customers.
It's a great way to market to your customers and continue that with very little effort on your part.
And Mortgage Investors Group also provides dedicated marketing support.
The marketing department at Mortgage Investors Group has a creative director, and his job is to help you to take your idea and put it into a practical application.
I have the ideas, but I don't know how to do it myself, so I can call the marketing department and tell them about my idea and get that idea put on paper.
The hard part of being a loan officer is having enough hours in the day to get your marketing done. You may have the thoughts, you may have the ideas, but you can't get them onto paper, you can't get them on the streets, you can't get the flyer put together, and that's what Josh does.
If I can just, draw it on a piece of paper and give him some idea what I'm looking for, I can give it to him. And in a couple of days, he'll come up with something and I'll be like, that's brilliant, that's exactly what I wanted.
The advantage of having these dedicated resources is that they can help you customize a marketing plan that's specific to your needs and your market.
It's wonderful to have an in-house marketing person, and really it's priceless.
Finally, Mortgage Investors Group provides valuable tools and aid in becoming a licensed loan officer.
We tend to think that a licensed loan officer is an educated loan officer, and an educated loan officer is always in the best interest of the consumer.
Being licensed as a loan officer differentiates you from other people in the industry.
If I can present that topic to a client there's immediate peace of mind that they're going to have.
There's not a month that goes by that someone at this company is not saving a deal that someone in a bank couldn't do. And the reason is, I feel like, is because we are licensed.
Some people are scared about the process on how you go about getting a license. And do not be scared about that, because we'll help you through that process.
Mortgage investors wanted to make sure that we were prepared for that test. And when I walked through the doors at 7:30 that morning, I felt assured that I was going to pass that test. And the reason for that is because of all the education that was provided to us.
We're going to start training you immediately and start to take you through the process of knowing all the state laws, all the federal laws, all the things that you need to know to pass that test.
The Mortgage Investors Group has the processes and tools involved to help you get licensed and to keep your license.
It's this kind of support, compensation, and opportunities paired with a warm family atmosphere and the drive to do the right thing that cause loan officers to choose Mortgage Investors Group as a place they can call home.
And if you come in and you spend a day with us, you're going to know this is the place you should be working.